Okay, all the new parts have been fabricated and we're going to have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
A one-time airfield fully owned by cars in this era. One of the finest ribbons of racetrack anywhere on Earth. It's high speed, it's dramatic, it's Silverstone.
We've dropped to P17. P17. track is still going to be wet for a while, be careful. Drop to P20. Drop to P18.
Sorry guys, I'm sorry, really sorry.
With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Britain is one of only 2 countries to have held a Grand Prix in every year of the Formula One World Championship. Long may it continue. It is a circuit of speed, history and drama. It's Silverstone. It's the British Grand Prix. Silverstone Circuit is comprised of 18 corners, 3.6 miles, with DRS detection zones at Village and Maggots. Your overtaking opportunities at the end of the Wellington and Hangar Straights. You've got to be brave on the throttle in order to succeed here. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. A fantastic effort from Pierre Gasly yesterday puts him on pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Albon, Russell, Hülkenberg, Verstappen, Bottas, Joe, Magnussen, Norris, Sargent, and Théo Pourchaire. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. We welcome to the commentary box Anthony Davidson. I'm Alex Jakes. We're both looking forward to a really intriguing... The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one. It will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere.
Oh, got damage.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.8 seconds. Sights ahead, and gap to the car in front, 2.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got 1 more stop. And the time last lap, 1:30.2. You're losing around 7/10 a lap at this pace. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
And away we go. That was a very nice stop. No problems. Very smooth for Hamilton.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. Okay, Lewis, we've got some clear track in front of us, and let's make the best of it. So please make this next one a very fast lap. Share is ahead. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 12.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time, 1 minute 32.4. Oh mate, you made that look easy. Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it. That's Porsche. 11.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap, 1:31.7.
Safety car deployed. Stay positive.
Okay, we've been informed of an incident which has resulted in lots of loose debris on the track. A safety car is being deployed. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Look out for it. As things stand, we'll be second in the championship. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace. Car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. Gap to your teammate behind, 10.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're 8th. Green flag. Okay, Lewis, Perez ahead. We don't want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.9 seconds. Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate. Radar suggests some weather's going to hit in around 5 minutes' time, so stay on your toes. Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
You. Advance, stop up.
McLaren are fast on the straights.
It looks like rain is inbound and we're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the rain. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, clear. conditions, we think there's rain coming pretty soon. Be careful. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Yellow flag. Behind. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. And the time last lap, 1 minute 30.3. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Your last lap time, 1:30.1. Alright, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap. Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now. Sainz ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Time last lap, 1 minute 30.2. Okay, so they're extending their advantage by 2 seconds a lap at the moment. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car in front, 3.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. And the time last lap, 1:30.2. Final lap, final lap. Push, push. Sainz ahead. Okay, gap ahead, 4.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Your last lap time, 1 minute 31.2. We're falling back by around 1.2 seconds a lap. Come on.
We did it! Yes! We did it! Yes! Vamos! Fantastic effort this weekend, guys. You really deserve it.
Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Awesome job, guys. My apologies for that mistake earlier on, but we live and we learn. On to the next one.
You knew what was coming today. It was always likely to be a super smooth operation from Carlos Sainz, who takes the win.
A great team victory today. That's the important bit here. On home soil, the drivers delivered, the team delivered as well, and to do that in front of their home support really means a lot to them.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.